The night air felt heavier than usual, like the sky itself was pressing down on the small town. The streets were eerily quiet, except for the soft hum of distant power lines and the occasional rustle of wind through dead leaves. Searchlights swept across the town from the military barricade at the far end of the road, their beams cutting through drifting mist like knives. Every window was dark, every door bolted shut, yet fear still seeped into every home like a slow, invisible poison dot in the command center set up inside the abandoned town hall. Military personnel and scientists pored over glowing computer screens. Each monitor displayed grainy thermal scans and erratic blips of motion signs the alien was still moving. Hunting, killing. Its path was unpredictable. Sometimes it vanished from sensors for hours, only to reappear miles away, leaving a trail of torn bodies and strange, unidentifiable residue that hissed when it touched the ground. The few remaining survivors had been herded into a single fortified zone, a warehouse reinforced with steel sheets and armed guards. But no one inside truly believed the walls would stop it. The alien had proven, time and again, that nothing, no lock, no barrier, could keep it out. Its intelligence was frightening. It didn't just attack blindly. It studied. It adapted. It learned. Among the survivors was a small group who had seen the creature up close and lived to tell about it. They spoke in trembling voices, describing its elongated limbs, the slick black surface of its skin that shimmered like oil in the light, and the way its eyes, if they could be called eyes, seemed to pierce straight into a person's mind, locking them in place before it struck. Then came the power outage. The lights in the warehouse flickered once, twice, and died, plunging the entire building into absolute blackness. A wave of panicked whispers erupted, followed by the distant sound of boots running toward the generator room. The backup floodlights outside failed to come on. Something had cut the power, not an accident dot in the darkness. The survivors heard it. A low, guttural clicking noise, followed by the faint scrape of claws on concrete. The sound moved slowly, deliberately, circling the building. Every heart inside pounded in unison. The guards aimed their rifles at every shadow, their hands slick with sweat. Then came the scream. It tore through the silence from the far end of the warehouse, high-pitched and full of raw terror. Gunfire erupted instantly, the bright flashes briefly illuminating the monstrous silhouette taller than two men, limbs too long, jaws unfolding into impossible shapes. The bullets didn't slow it down. It moved like liquid shadow, slipping between beams of light, its claws slicing through metal like paper. One by one, the lights of the soldiers' rifles winked out as they were cut down. The survivors scattered in chaos, some trying to flee through side doors, others hiding beneath crates. The alien didn't chase in a straight line. It moved unpredictably, dragging one victim away before appearing across the room to take another. Meanwhile, at the barricade outside town, the military made a desperate decision. They would destroy the entire area. The alien had already proven unstoppable. If it reached the city beyond, millions could die. Over the radio came the final order detonation in 3 minutes. Inside the warehouse, a young scientist realized the truth. The alien wasn't just killing for hunger. It was collecting. Each body it took, it carried away, storing them somewhere. She had seen its lair earlier that day, before narrowly escaping a deep underground nest filled with strange organic structures, walls pulsing like veins, and bodies cocooned in shimmering black webbing. It was preparing for something. Something worse. As the detonation countdown reached 60 seconds, the alien made one final horrifying move. Instead of killing the last few survivors, it simply stopped, its head tilted upward, as if listening to something distant. Then, in one smooth leap, it crashed through the warehouse roof and disappeared into the night. The bombs fell moments later. The warehouse, the barricade, the streets, everything was swallowed in fire and dust. The shockwave rolled for miles, flattening what remained of the town. When the smoke cleared at dawn, the military combed through the ruins. No alien body was found. No trace of its victims remained not far away. In the shadow of the nearby forest, a pair of inhuman eyes blinked. Open. The clicking sound returned, echoing softly through the trees closer to the city now. The hunt wasn't over.